These are the albums that changed hip-hop forever. When they came out, they had a big impact in whatever region you was in or whatever you were going through. They grabbed you. Soon they hit your ears. Soon you put your headphones on. Soon you put in your car. You knew you had a classic, and they played all the way through. I'm going to go with UGK Ride Dirty. I'm from the South. That album covered everything that I was going through at the time. And everything on that album is still relevant today. You know, riding in the car, selling our issue, our street stuff, dealing with women, you know, having money, losing money, diseases, the social commentary, going to the pen. Everything was covered on Riding Dirty. Bun B, his lyrics were at an all-time high. Pimp C made the production. Pimp C had an iconic voice. It was the perfect blend. Riding Dirty, my favorite album of all time. Then you had Snoop Doggy Dogg, Doggy Style. When that album dropped, Snoop Dogg was the most iconic rapper of all time at that time. I had to wait in line for that CD. And when that album came out, I jammed that album. I'm still jamming Doggy Style. Snoop Dogg, I mean, he had a run that was like no other. That Doggy Style is easily one of the most arguably best albums put together. I mean, Snoop Dogg tore that album up. It had everything. Now I'm going to go with Nas, Illmatic. Nas was fresh off Live from the Barbecue. He done a few features. When Illmatic came out, it gave New York a breath of fresh air. It was a short album, but it went all the way through. Life's a B with AZ, that just everything about that album. Halftime, The World Is Yours, Nas did it all on this album. I'm going to go with Dr. Dre, Chronic. That album was, it was just one of the best albums. It's still one of the best produced albums. Everything was on there. Snoop and Dre and Death Row was on the rise. That album just took people to another level. If you let somebody borrow the Chronic album, you wasn't getting it back. And I had it on CD, so I had the leaf on there, the green leaf. Very iconic album. Another album was Tupac, All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me. Tupac was fresh out of jail. He was on another level. I heard he did a lot of them songs in one take. I mean, it was a double CD, but it might have been one song I didn't like on it. I can't even remember the song, but All Eyes on Me was a dope album. If you let somebody borrow disc 1 or disc 2, you never got it back. Let me see. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. 50 Cent, at that time, the mixtape game, he had a run in the mixtape game, so the timing of the Get Rich or Die Trying was perfect timing. You had Dr. Dre beats on there, you had an Eminem cosign, you had the G-Unit deal going. That album went, I think, diamond. I think it's still selling. It was the perfect album. And then when you heard In the Club, you knew Wankster, 21 Questions. I mean, it was the perfect album. Like, 50 Cent, you did that. Like, that album is hard to top, for real. Another album that changed hip-hop history, I think, people slept on this one, was DJ Quick, Safe and Sound. He had just, I guess, got off his deal with Profile. I think he was with the Death Row. He just did Dollars and Cents where he crushed MC8. And this Safe and Sound was like the perfect album. He was talking about, you know, I Don't Want to Eat It. He was talking about That Summer Breeze, one of my favorite songs. What's the other one I used to like? It Was Your Fantasy. All them songs were on there. It was just a bad album. It was just a dope album put together. DJ Quick, you did that. Safe and Sound. I'm still jamming that to this day. Another album was Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know, as far as the females, if you want a blueprint to the perfect female album where she covered everything from top to front to back to side, go get the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Another iconic album was Scarface, Untouchable. It goes all the way through. Scarface, his lyricism, his storytelling, his beat selection was always top tier. Untouchable, hands down, was probably Scarface's best album. He has some other arguably best albums, but I like Untouchable. That's one of my favorite ones. Straight Outta Compton by NWA changed the game. Like, they were cussing, they was F the police, they was doing it all on this album. Straight Outta Compton was a West Coast phenom. It was a breakthrough album. Like, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, everybody was on there. MC Ren, DJ Yella. It was just a very, very, I mean, the album was dope. It had the sticker, the censor sticker on there. It was, you had to have it. It was a dope album. You had to have it. Another album was 8 Ball on Top of the World. 8 Ball and GG, once again, I'm from the South. They did their thing on here. It was so player. They had What Could I Do to Get Out the Game. They you know, they rapped about everything. You know, Friend or Foe. They had Space Age Pimpin'. I mean, 8 Ball. I mean, this was a poetic classic. The production was just remarkable. I can't even describe. This is one of my albums. You let somebody borrow it once again, you never got it back. I bought On Top of the World 20 times. I'm still buying On Top of the World. The next album is Mobb Deep, Infamous. The Infamous was a certified classic. Shook Ones. Everything was on this album. I mean, Prodigy and Havoc, they were like this was the top East Coast group of all time to me, besides Run DMC and a few others. But the Infamous, go get it. It was a dope album. You gotta get the Infamous. Another album was Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. When I heard that Nas sample I'm Out for Presidents to Represent Me, I bought that album. I swear I bought that album from Target. And everybody in my neighborhood, some from the South, everybody in my neighborhood hated Jay-Z. They didn't like the way he sounded. But I was like, man, this album, this guy is dope. And years later, Jay-Z ended up being one of the most iconic rappers hip-hop has ever, you know, ever heard of. Reasonable Doubt was it was ahead of its time. Superb production. I mean, you had to have it. Another album was Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers. I had never heard nothing like it. The RZA, the mix of MCing, the you know the lyricism, you know, the punchlines, just the effects. Kind of it was just it was a different era of hip hop when this album hit. You had to get 36 Chambers. It was a dope album. It was just woo. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with, for real. Another album was Outkast, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music. Man, when that album came out, nothing sounded like it. Organized Noise put something together that your ears never heard. Andre 3000 and Big Boy, they had the ATL jerseys. Everything about this album was historical, was iconic. Southern Playalistic, it was one of them, like I had it on tape and a CD, and I would not let anybody borrow it because until I got it back, it was scratched. And Players Ball, I mean, everybody wanted the Kango. Everything about this album was just great. And my last album, because I can go on and on and on, was Bone Thugs Creeping on the Come Up. It was a short EP. And I remember that For the Love of Money instrumental at the end, everybody who rapped, we always took that beat and freestyle. Eazy was iconic on there. The production from, I think DJ Unique made the production. This was one of the best Bone Thugs. Even East 99 was iconic, but this one set it up. And Thuggish Ruggish Bone, I mean, we never heard nothing like the group of Bone Thugs. Bone Thugs is probably one of the best groups of all time. And if you got a problem with it, tell them Jen said it already. Yeah.